Hi everyone, before we jump in, I wanted to give you a quick heads up. If you watch this video and leave a comment, you could be entered to win a $25 shop credit on us. So definitely stick around and share your thoughts and you could win a fun little shopping spree. All right, let's dive into part 2 of our closet reveal at Love Notions. These are all the patterns that we've sewn here at Love Notions and kept in our sewing closet. Today, I'm gonna be showing you, I think, 36 pieces of outerwear and over 40 bottoms of patterns that we have in our collection. These are ones that we've personally sewn up and have added into our personal wardrobes. So this is sort of like a video lookbook, if you will, of all the patterns in the Love Notions library. In case you missed it, the last video was all about the tops that we have in the Love Notions library and ones that we've added into our personal closets. If you have any questions about any of these patterns, make sure to drop a comment below and we will definitely help you with whatever you need. Fabric, sizing, options, anything you want to know about these patterns, we're here for you. Plus, stick around until the end of this video because we're going to be talking about the brand new pattern that's going to be very soon added into the Love Notions collection. It's called the Palmer dress, and our next video is going to dive even deeper into it when it will finally be released. So if you want to see that new sewing pattern for the Palmer dress, make sure that you stick around till the end to get a full sneak. Now, let's talk about the sale that's going on right now. Our site-wide sale is going on now, and almost everything is up to 40% off at Love Notions. That means everything digital, our sewing patterns, our courses, they're all 40% off the regular price. Any regular priced non-sale item is going to be 40% off with the code SOTHANKFUL. And here's something really special. If you use the code SOTHANKFUL at checkout, you'll get our freebie that we have going on right now. Our freebie is a complete sewing toolkit that has a bunch of resources that any sewist would love to have, in addition to the just brand new for this sale lookbook. It's a printable version of our entire collection of patterns that has everything that you need. It looks like this. We printed one out, and you have all of the sizing, fabric requirements, the model picture, and the line drawing picture all ready to go for you in one digital format that you can either print out or use in your studio electronically. One of the things that's been so amazing is that we've already seen people who have shopped the sale and gotten this, and it's only been live for a few days. They've already went and had this bound and printed at their local copy shop because they were so excited to get their hands on this. We had no idea that this resource would be so popular, but we're really grateful that everybody's excited about it as we are. It initially started as just a resource we used for us personally here at the shop, and now a lot of people have got their hands on it and they love it. So this is actually a freebie that you can get only with code SOTHANKFUL. If you happen to shop with an affiliate, you can contact them to get the resources. But if you want the auto add to cart for the toolkit, you have to use SOTHANKFUL. If you're shopping with an affiliate, just make sure to reach out to them and they'll get you hooked up. Oh, and one more thing that we've actually never done before, and that makes this the biggest site-wide sale we've ever done. All of our print patterns are currently 25% off. The entire collection of print patterns. It's $6 flat rate US shipping. So no matter how many that you get, you can get $6 flat rate shipping. So now's an incredible time to pick up any of our printed patterns. So let's get into rating my closet here at the Love Notions workshop. And as you look through these outerwear and bottoms patterns, think about what might look great in your closet. All right, to start with today, let's talk about a newer pattern in the Love Notions collection, and that's clef coat. I actually left my other clef coat versions at home because they get worn by my kids so often and by me that they are in my front closet at my house and I forgot to grab it. So I wear my clef coats a lot. They're the perfect outerwear for a lightweight layer, especially in the fall. My husband actually wears his version of the base clef coat constantly. I would not have been able to bring that in today because he wears it so often. So Tammy's got an incredible version of the clef coat here. She actually made this from Pendleton wool. As you can see, her version has a traditional collar, and you can either do a zipper or you can do a button front. Intended to hit about at your high hip level, so it's just a standard It's a standard length jacket coat, kind of like those Carhartt jackets. You can either do an elastic waistline or you can do a drawstring. Even an option to do a cute little welt pocket. Next up, let's talk about Coda quilted coat. We have so many versions of this pattern at a ton of times. So this was intended originally to be a pattern that you could make that would be great for a quilter. So this is my quilted coat. This is actually one of the first things I've ever quilted in my life. My mom did end up doing the quilting pieces on it, but I pieced everything together and sewed it myself, so thank you very much. But it's a bias finished coat piece. You can finish it with buttons or just leave it open, and you can do a cute little interior lining when you roll up the sleeves. And one of my favorite parts, it's got this darling finish, that's like a curve on the front and the back pieces. So where they join, it kind of meets in a cute curve. The pattern actually comes with quilt directions in it as well, with a really special design by Alderwood Studios. We have lots of versions of the Coda quilted coat. You can see this one in a pre-quilted flannel that was from Joann's. This one has a hood with it. I made sort of like a Chanel inspired little jacket using a wool from Serge Fabrics. And it has a special lining on the inside. There's this denim one with a traditional collar that Tammy made that has the pocket. I've done a embroidered version. I'm really proud of this version because I did all of the embroidery on the back, and then we quilted over that and then finished it with a bias binding all around for some special contrast, and even did it on the pockets. The pockets are super roomy. And then last we did this version. I actually lengthened this version. It's super easy to lengthen it if you want a little bit more. And this version is what we used for a class at Sew Expo last year. Okay, these next versions I think can either belong in the tops category or in the outerwear category, but I just wanted to cover them here because I think they do qualify as outerwear as well. The first one is the Constellation. This one, a lot of people had questions about the fabric for this one. This is sort of like an Airflow dupe from Spanx, and this fabric is like a suede techno scuba knit from Serge Fabric Shop, and I highly, highly recommend it. It is incredible. So this is Constellation. Constellation, you can either do the traditional collar or you can make it with a hood, and it does have that zip that is like half of the length, so it's not a quarter zip, it's sort of like a half length zip, which I think is great for pulling on and off without messing up your hair. So Fraser cardigan is another piece of outerwear. It's an outer layer or a topper. This cardigan is like a curved hem, kind of like a cocoon cardigan, and it's very, very cozy and fun to sew. You can do it with a hood or you can just do it with the regular hem band going all the way around the front and the back. This one is sewn in like this incredible fabric. It's sort of like a sweater knit, but almost like a French terry sort of fabric. This was from Persnickety Fabrics. I also have it in a thermal and then in this really luscious sweater knit. Geneva pullover and hoodie is sort of like a dupe for the Lululemon Align hoodie or jacket. This jacket is so functional and pretty, I would say. It's supposed to be a little bit more on the fitted side, princess seams, raglan, a funnel neck collar. It even has like a little topper piece to for the top of your zipper. The pockets are embedded with like sort of like a welt piece, and they're really roomy and just totally functional, and I just love the way that they're integrated into the design of the pattern. I've got it here in this zip with the funnel neck, another full zip here in this like ribbed fabric. The fit on these is very different because of the fabric, so always keep that in mind when you're sewing, that the fabric is going to completely change your fit. In another version of that scuba suede sort of techno double knit fabric, we've got one here with an asymmetrical zip in a contrast fabric, and those are the Geneva pullover and hoodie. Metro Blazer is another fabulous pattern in the collection. It is a cute little knit blazer pattern that is an incredible topper. It's perfect for like the office or putting over like a cute dress. So this version is the shawl collar. It does have these incredible pockets that are embedded into the princess seam. This one is sort of like a textured double knit, which makes a really fun piece. My favorite one, I think, is this wide lapel version, and it's in this really silky double knit. I think it might be a ponte, but it's just a really special kind of fabric in this plaid. Let me show you what it looks like a little bit closer. And one of the things that I think is the coolest about this pattern is how the facing of this whole front lapel piece helps to embed the pockets. So it's just like really designed in a clever way, I think. Beautiful finishing on the inside. Also is perfect in ponte. We have a version here of the wide lapel, another shawl collar, and another wide lapel. They just are perfect to top over anything. So as you can probably tell, I love to wear a topper piece, a vest specifically, in the winter season. We actually just over the weekend got like 10 inches of snow, and sometimes you just need an extra little piece to put on while you're at home just to kind of keep you warm and toasty. And I love a vest for that. Specifically, I love the Oakley vest. It has 3 different versions. The version that I'm wearing here, this is in a pre-quilted, and it has patch pocket, and it's finished off with bias tape, and it does have the zipper front. The other version that we have here, it has a pocket embedded into the princess seam. It is finished with bias binding at the arm and at the hem. It has the front zip, and then, you know, just a traditional pop-up kind of collar. This is in a pre-quilted, sort of like a windbreaker kind of fabric. This is such a useful piece. The other way that you can sew this, so we have another one of these pre-quilted fabrics. We also made a Coda coat with this exact fabric, this pre-quilted fabric, with a fuzzy cute little collar. But the other way that you can make this is as just a very basic streamlined vest. A lot of these, a lot of people like to use like a faux fur for them, so it's a lined vest, and it does have pockets, but it's just a very simple piece. There's no bias binding finish here, and there's no zip. So you can do a very simple vest piece, a little bit more of a complicated vest piece with like the princess seams, or you can go kind of in the middle with the patch pocket version and the zip. Other thing that's important to know about this particular pattern is that there is a printed version of this ready to go. If you're looking for a project that is utterly satisfying, you might try looking at the Octave coat. I love that the Octave coat has all of the classic features of a traditional coat sewing pattern. So it's got a shawl collar, it has a wide lapel, it has a really generous, yummy hood. But this pattern can be sewn with so many different types of fabrics, and you can make it lined or unlined. We've sewn this so many different ways, and one of the benefits of this pattern specifically is that it has a sewing course with it. Sewing a coat feels a little scary, especially if you're going to be using like some, you know, substantial fabric. Like if you're going to pick up some wool or something that's a little bit more pricey, it might be nice to have a sewing course along with it to guide you through each step. So one of the steps inside of the sewing course teaches you how to sew it even with a zipper. So Tammy made this one out of this incredible wool. She actually put an insulation inside of it, like an interlining, and then the regular lining. And so her course walks you through the entire piece step by step by step, even with this little bonus of the zipper front. Typically it is a button front, or you could just do a tie, like a waist tie alone, and you're good to go. So we've sewn it in wool with an interlining. This is a boiled wool. This is like a suede scuba fabric. We've got another sort of like a more basic wool here. I've sewn it with this like double knit kind of sweater knit fabric that's unlined, and then we have another suede fabric here with a gorgeous lining. So very, very fun. And Okay, now don't get too disappointed, but this particular pattern is so brand new that we actually haven't, that it is actually excluded from our current site-wide sale, but it's another great one that you should know about in our collection. The Opus vest is a lined vest. It's very polished and professional. It has these cute little faux it has these cute little faux welt pockets, and you can sew it in 2 different lengths. This is the cropped version, but there's also a longer version here that's like kind of more of a standard length. Cute little buttons. The cropped version has 3 buttons, and the longer version has 4 buttons, but it's just like a beautiful lined, very traditional vest or waistcoat. All right, let's get into talking about bottoms. Here are about 40 different versions of bottoms that we've sewn in the Love Notions collection and are part of our lookbook here today. There are tons more that I have, but I just didn't bring in today. And hopefully these will get you started on looking through the pattern collection. First up, I consider this more of like a summer spring pattern, but Allegro bottoms are so useful. They're a nice, light, woven elastic waistband pant, or shorts or skirts or knee-length skirt or multiple lengths of short. So these are a very, very useful, very easy to sew pattern. Pockets, elastic waistband, cuff options, jogger options, just so many options with this particular pattern. It's so useful. I've actually sewn it for PJ pants or shorts before, just basic summer shorts with this double gauze fabric. I've sewn it in chambray, and my favorite pair ever is in linen. Next up, let's talk about another new pattern that does qualify for the 40% off site-wide sale, and that's Bridget trousers. These are just a basic trouser bottom pant, straight leg, fly front with a zip and a little cute closure, waistband, everything that you need for that classic pair of bottoms for work or the office or going out, just like a very traditional bottoms. These were made in collaboration with Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery. She did a great job giving us the ideas for these. Tammy implemented it and put the whole pattern design together, and then we worked together to release it, and she did a fantastic job. So consider getting the Bridget trousers from Tomcat Stitchery in collaboration with Love Notions. Our next pattern is a lovely woven skirt pattern. Very easy to sew, very approachable for a beginner, and very full of options. It's also available as a print pattern that you can get for 25% off now. We have lots of versions in the shop right now. This is a gorgeous rayon chalet version, and this has the curved front and the button piece on the front. So it's really beautiful, very cute, fun, flirty. We also have a tiered version here made in this like kind of crepe fabric from Alyssa May Design. And then from Raspberry Creek Fabrics, we have a double gauze in cotton, and it's also in the tiered version, and in that combo together is really, really cute. Next up is one of my personal favorite patterns in the entire bottoms collection, and it's crescendo jeans. These are a pull-on style of jeans, but they're not missing out on any of the bells and whistles, even though they're pull-on style. There is a very specific fabric requirement for these, so make sure that you look carefully at the fabric requirement sheet when you purchase and when you're shopping for fabric. I believe Raspberry Creek had a really beautiful version of this fabric, so just look carefully. But once you get that fabric nailed down, these are the best. There's flare, straight, boot cut, and even skinny legs for these style, and this pull-on design has kind of like a nice wide elastic waistband, really, really comfy pockets, but it has all of the details that make it look like regular jeans, but they feel like leggings. Another really useful pair of bottoms is duet trousers, and they're called duet because there's a duality with them. You can sew them with knits, with just an elastic with an elastic waistband, or you can sew them with wovens and use a traditional waistband with an invisible zipper. They are available in 2 different leg styles, a tapered leg and then a straight leg. And I've sewn them a bunch of different times, and they're just really, really useful. So this is the invisible zipper one, another invisible zipper one in like a denim, a lightweight denim. And then I also have just a pair of nice twill trousers with them. So really useful. This pattern also, if you're nervous about sewing bottoms, because pant fitting and assembly and stuff can be a little bit more on the tricky side versus say like just a regular knit tee, I would definitely take a look at the course that's available for sewing this pattern. And all of the courses are 25% off right now too. Legato jeans are a really useful traditional jeans pattern. They have the traditional waistband and closure and all of the bells and whistles like the rivet and the fly and all of the very traditional pieces of a regular jean pattern. But they have a plethora of fit options. Petite, regular, tall. There's even options for curvy, full seat. All of these adjustments that are done for you to help you get a great fit on a traditional pair of straight leg jeans. There's also a course to get you through sewing these jeans as well, which I think is very, very useful. Let's talk about a super fun skirt pattern. For this pattern, I think the pockets are my personal favorite part. This is called Encore skirt and it has 4 different body styles. It also has several different length styles. There's a traditional pencil skirt that's available in just the above knee length, but then there's pleated, there is an A-line, and there's even a full swing style skirt available in both of those different lengths. I love the traditional waistband with the invisible zipper, and then like I said, that pocket that's embedded in these panels in the skirt, love, love, love that little angled design. We've got one here sewn in this beautiful twill fabric. It's sort of like a suede twill. We also have another one that's in a corduroy. It's like a mini whale corduroy. And then I even made one that has a horsehair trim at the bottom to keep it kind of flared out, almost like a poodle skirt a little bit. And this is made in a suede woven. So I almost hesitated to put this on the rack, but this is a PJ pant pattern. It's only available in print. And if you're curious about getting this, talk to your local fabric shop. Let's start supporting those fabric shops that are local to us, those small businesses, because they're going to be the places that can help the most when it comes to us with sewing right now, especially with the closure of Joann's. We have a special print-only pattern that we're offering to quilt shops so that they can start carrying in their stores so they can kind of get a taste of Love and Ocean's patterns. And we think this family PJ pattern that is available for all sizes, menswear, ladieswear, and kids, we think that this will be a great place for a lot of sewists to start. So while this isn't available on the website right now, I would definitely take a look at your local shop and ask them about carrying some Love and Ocean's patterns that are printed inside there. Glissando bottoms are a skirt, short, and pant pattern that allow you to play around with some buttons. It's a button front sewing pattern. It's actually the only button front closure that we have in the Love and Ocean's collection. And it has a wider leg style, and it's very roomy, and it's great for denim. I've made the skirt version in this like sateen fabric, which is lovely, but we've got a lot of different versions here that could carry you out throughout the seasons. I love this pattern for fall, but if you take a look at the shorts, I think those are really fun too for the summer. Largo cargos are another pattern that we have available in print, and they're a traditional cargo pant. One of the things that I love about this pattern is the faced waistband. It's very seamless and smooth. Let me show you. So here is the Largo cargos. It has a nice big roomy pocket on the front and then a button and zip closure on the front. And then with that, the waistband is like it's like a facing just to finish off the waistband. It's not a separate piece. So I love that for just a really sleek look. It does have pockets on the sides, and it even has a cute little hook. I think this is like what carpenters used to use to like hang their hammers on. So it's like a very fun, functional pattern that you could wear out and about for a lot of different things and make it really functional, or it can just be a cute pair of bottoms. We've got it here in corduroy, we have a denim pair, and we also have a really nice lightweight twill pair. Next up, we have a newer pattern for this year. This is the Meadow Lark hiking pants. This pattern was actually made with fabric from Discovery fabric company. It's based in Canada, but they have a lot of like activewear fabric that's great. This is kind of like a moisture wicking fabric, like a quick dry. On the inside, it's sort of like almost feels like a French terry on the inside with like these loops, but it is just like the perfect thing for hiking. So if you're looking for fabric, check out Discovery Fabric Company. It has the side pocket with like the little vent. It has articulated knees, which means it just gives you some extra roominess as you're out and about. It has these cute little tabs to roll up if you're kind of wading through water or whatever, or if you just want to cool off a little bit. It has a back waistband that is elastic, and then the front waistband is just sort of like a pretty front waistband with nice, huge, roomy pockets. It does have a waistband that is fully flat around the front, and then a non-functional button there, and then a faux fly as well. So these are a pull-on pant, comfy, roomy, functional, love them. I recently did a sew along for the Resolution bottoms, and they are one of my most used lounge patterns. Great for pajamas, great for wearing around the house, just comfy overall, nice knit bottoms pattern. You can make them kind of go a little bit more formal by making the leggings or the bootcut yoga in like a nice black that matches everything, or you can make them a little bit more for active wear or like a yoga class. They have such a fun back piece. They have like a yoke that goes through the back here. Very comfortable waistband. There's two different waistband styles that you can do. You can do either a yoga waistband, which is just a quick fold over, attach the quarter points and you're done, or you can do a contoured waistband, which has a little bit more shaping throughout and then elastic embedded inside. So Resolution bottoms are perfect for loungewear and for activewear. The next few patterns are skirts, and they're oldies but goodies. The Ravinia skirt is one of my first patterns that I sewed, and the fun part about it, it's a very easy knit sewing pattern. This would be great for a beginner, or maybe if you're teaching your kid to sew, this would be a great first piece for anybody. The fun part about it is these gorgeous little curved pockets. They're embedded into the front, and then it's just a nice contoured waistband that keeps everything up and nice and tight. And then it has a gorgeous, really full skirt. Do it with a knee length, or you can do it midi length. And I've sewn it in a lot of different fabric, from double brush poly. This is one of my very favorite makes. I actually have this in sweater knit too. This is back from Sly Fox Fabrics, which was from ages and ages ago. I've sewn it in ITY before, double brush poly, all kinds of things. This one is in like a little rayon span. Sybil skirt. This pattern is so useful. It's easy to sew, knit skirt sewing pattern, but it has like 7 different body styles. So it has like a swing version, it has asymmetrical, it's like a pleated version, so many different ways that you can sew this. One of the things that I love about it is this nice comfy waistband, and then this version is the asymmetrical skirt, so like look how fun that is. This was sewn in a really nice ponte. It's sort of like a silky it's such a beautiful hand to it. So this is a plaid ponte that I've sewn with. And then the skirt does have options to do like a power mesh panel there. So if you want to kind of keep things a little bit flatter or supported, you can put in the panel for more support. But I just love this pattern. It's so useful because it's got so many different styles for a knit skirt pattern. Next, let's talk about summer key bottoms. This is a shorts and Palazzo pant pattern. You can do two different leg styles for it. You can do the extra wide ones, the Palazzo style, or you can just do a traditional wide leg pant. It's super roomy, very flowy pant pattern. And you can actually even make them in knit, though they're designed specifically for lightweight wovens, like something really light and airy. I particularly love, so I've made these in knit, and these are so comfortable. I love that this pattern has like a little tulip design on the leg as an option. So this is so pretty. Is Sabrina Slims. These are a pant pattern that can be sewn with lots of different kinds of fabric. This one is in a stretch woven. It's an elastic pull-on pant, and it's kind of like that cigarette style of bottom. They have pockets. They even have little fun details for sewing the bottoms, so you can do like a little vent at the bottom of them, or you can do a zipper, or you can just leave them just regular. So I have these in like a stretch twill, and then I have these in just a really simple, really nice lightweight knit fabric. So this stretch pull-on elastic waistband is so comfortable. So, but it looks sleek and polished, even though it's like secret pajamas. And last but not least, let's talk about Tinley skirt, shorts, and skort pattern. So Tinley is a cute little bottoms pattern. It has a flat front for the waistband, elastic waistband on the back, and you can sew it as a skirt. You can sew it as like culottes kind of, like it looks like a skirt, but it's actually shorts with two separate pieces, or you can sew it as a skort and have these little biker shorts embedded underneath. I love this. I actually made this as a little set with my Cadence top. Whoa, that was a lot, wasn't it? That was like 36 outerwear patterns and over 40 bottoms patterns that are all in our current Love Notions sewing closet. These are all things that we've sewn and worn and really, really enjoy. Now, here's the moment that you've been waiting for, the sneak peek of the new Palmer dress. This is a pattern that's going to drop on Friday. It will debut just as we are ending our site-wide sale. So if you're gearing up and planning ahead, make sure that you mark that down on your calendar. So the Palmer dress gets its name from a really famous hotel in downtown Chicago, which is where we're based. You'll notice that a lot of the names of our patterns, especially our knit patterns, are all famous Chicagoland area names. So the Palmer House is a hotel that is very, very well known. It's sort of like Art Deco, sort of like turn of the century, really, really classy and sophisticated, really beautiful. It's actually where I went for my honeymoon after my wedding. It's a very, very Chicago landmark. So Palmer dress kind of fits in with that theme of the Palmer House. It is a very elegant, sophisticated, but comfortable holiday-ready dress. We love seeing it in velvet, in some of those special sparkly fabrics that are great for the holiday season, like a light to medium weight velvet, velour. Ponte would work for this. Anything with a drape and good recovery would be great for this pattern. I'm gonna be making mine in two different fabrics. I have a beautiful like sweater knit feel double knit fabric. It's in this herringbone fabric, and it's so soft, but it has really great drape and very, very good recovery. So I can't wait to make one in this. And then I also have a really beautiful kind of sage green velvet that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. So keep a lookout for those makes coming soon. So more on this pattern, let's talk through some of the details. It is a V neckline, really pretty, very unique design for Love Notions. we've not done a pattern that has this sort of inset piece on the front with everything kind of gathered together in that way. A stand collar at the top. 4 different sleeve styles are included with this pattern. You've got a long fitted sleeve, a bishop sleeve with a little cuff. We have a flutter sleeve, as well as one we've never done before, and that's a cute little pleated sleeve. So special and perfect for the feel of this dress. The waistband is actually, it's not shearing, which is what it kind of looks like. It is channels with elastic embedded inside. So it's really a comfortable dress, but very sophisticated and elegant as well. There's 2 different length styles that you can choose from, a knee length as well as a midi length. And just wait till you see it in motion. This is a dress that you can move around in, have fun in, go to a holiday party, a family gathering, or a special night out. It really is something special that I think you're gonna love. Finally, there's just so much noise this time of year with the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday and all the sales and deals and all that stuff, but as a small business, this time of year really does matter for us, and we hope that if you can, that you will pick up a pattern or 2, get something that you love, and sew it along with us. Remember that you can get 25% all of our print patterns. You can get 40% off everything digital except for Opus Vest with the code SOTHANKFUL. Leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear back from you, and anyone who comments today will be entered to win a $25 store credit to get you shopping. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to us, and happy sewing.